It is almost playoff time. We have reached the end of the season, week 17. Now let's cue the intro. So let's start off with some recap as we usually do. And if this was your fantasy championship week, I'm so sorry. I am absolutely sorry for you if you had to play against Alvin Kamara, who put up over 155 yards, 6 total rushing touchdowns, tying an NFL rushing record on the day. Alvin Kamara, wearing the Christmas cleats, took over the day on Christmas Day. For the first time in 13 years, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be in the playoffs. The signing of Tom Brady looks like it's really paying off for the Buccaneers franchise. The Miami Dolphins pulled off one of the most miracle plays I had seen in a long time, reminiscent of an Eli Manning to Mario Manningham type of play. Ryan Fitzpatrick, with a hand over his helmet, his face mask, completing a pass down the sideline to put them in position to beat the Las Vegas Raiders and kicking the Las Vegas Raiders out of the playoff window. The New York Jets surprised everybody with a big win over the Cleveland Browns. Even though the Browns didn't have any wide receivers, still somewhat of an upset. And the Jets, by winning this game, have locked up the Jacksonville Jaguars to get the #1 overall pick to put them in the front for Trevor Lawrence. The Dallas Cowboys still somehow in the playoff race for the NFC East with a big win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow. Heading into this upcoming Sunday, it's a mess in the NFC East. Who's going to come out on top? I'm going to talk about that in just a few moments. The Green Bay Packers absolutely dominated the Tennessee Titans at home at Lambeau Field. We had a few more teams this past week join the no playoffs club. Let's get to those real quick. The Minnesota Vikings, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's check out what we got going on heading into this upcoming Sunday, the final week of the regular season. So many playoff races, a lot of implications, a lot on the line. So let's look at the key matchups. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants still very much so in the hunt for the NFC East crown, but Washington controls their own destiny. As long as they can secure a win over the Philadelphia Eagles, they win the NFC East. But don't expect the Philadelphia Eagles to go down without a fight. The NFC East, who knows who's actually going to win that division this week? We got 3 options. I can't wait to see who's going to do it. An interesting matchup to also keep your eye on, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. Even though Pittsburgh has come out and said they're going to start backup quarterback Mason Rudolph against the Cleveland Browns this week, don't expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to just let the Browns walk all over them. This could be an interesting matchup because if the Browns win, they are in. But if they lose and the Ravens were to win, the Ravens get in. The AFC, it's a total mess. It's a nightmare right now. Tennessee or Indianapolis could still win the AFC South, trying to figure out who's going to lock up that position. It really looks like Tennessee could do it, but Indianapolis with a win and a Tennessee loss make the playoffs as well. A lot of tight races in the AFC playoff hunt. Another team in that mix, the Miami Dolphins need to win this week over the Buffalo Bills to stay in the hunt, but I'm going to talk about that matchup a little bit more in my picks. But yeah, 5 different teams in the hunt for the AFC playoff spots. Tennessee, Indianapolis, Baltimore, Miami, and Cleveland all jostling for 4 positions. Who's going to get in? A lot of exciting matchups to keep your eyes on this Sunday. Oh, and meanwhile, back on the NFC side of things, the LA Rams, Chicago Bears, and the Arizona Cardinals are all jostling for position. Who's going to come out on top there? LA and the Arizona Cardinals going to be a huge matchup to keep the eyes on. And our take of the week is the Green Bay Packers are poised for a Super Bowl run. Now, this doesn't seem like a very hot take, not very controversial, but I think this one does have a lot of grounds, and I think the Green Bay Packers are one of the teams in the entire NFL that have a great chance of winning the Super Bowl. First things first, being led by the now MVP frontrunner, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers has over 44 touchdown passes and just 5 interceptions on the season. Terrific numbers, over 4,000 passing yards, leading the league in, quarterback rating as well. So Aaron Rodgers takes care of the ball. He's throwing for over 40 touchdowns this season, playing in week 17 because the NFC jostling for that #1 playoff spot for that bye week. Green Bay is going to be out there playing. You know Aaron Rodgers is going to want to try to put up that 50. So a lot of eyes to keep on for this upcoming Sunday. But The Green Bay Packers have a lot going for them on both sides of the football, around the offense as well, around Aaron Rodgers. You have a phenomenal offensive line being anchored by left tackle David Bakhtiari. You have a good stable of running backs, Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and rookie running back who just scored his first touchdown against Tennessee, A.J. Dillon, a nice boulder in the backfield there. And then on the outside, you have great, terrific wide receivers. Davante Adams has like 1,300 receiving yards on the season, over 100 catches, and leading wide receivers with touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, with 17 touchdown receptions. Davante Adams playing some immaculate football right now at the wide receiver position. Aaron Rodgers' favorite target has looked unstoppable all season. And of course, across the field, you got a nice couple of wide receivers. You have Allen Lazard, very complimentary, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who, besides that drop against Indianapolis, has looked very solid throughout the entire season. And how could we forget about the emergence of tight end Robert Tonyan, who is leading tight ends on touchdown receptions this season. He's got 10 touchdown receptions, a huge end zone scoring threat. Oh, and the Packers aren't all just offense. They do have some very solid players, contributors on the defensive side of the football. Star young cornerback Jair Alexander holding down the secondary for Kenny Clark, defensive tackle. You've got a number of good outside edge rushers, Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith. In the middle, you got veteran linebacker Christian Kirksey as well. And in the safety spots, you got Adrian Amos playing very good football as well. The Green Bay Packers are stacked on both sides of the football with key veterans, young, youthful players that are contributing, as well as overall great head coaching by head coach Matt LaFleur, who has yet to lose even 10 games on his career as a head coach. So Green Bay Packer fans, I got something for you. It's go Pack, go! All the way to the Super Bowl. Now it's time to round out the video. It's time to close things out with some picks. Now let's keep in mind, there's a lot of different playoff implications on the line here. There's a lot of things that are gonna look really strange this week because some teams are going to rest their starters, getting an impromptu bye week heading into the playoffs. So keep that in mind while you're listening to these picks. Starting things off with Minnesota and Detroit, both of these teams out of the playoff hunt. I think they're just gonna play a solid football game on both sides. Give me the Minnesota Vikings. Even without Dalvin Cook, we're giving him all the best wishes for the passing of his father. The Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Atlanta's gonna wanna go out on a high note. Tampa Bay has already made the playoffs where they're not gonna get a first round bye. I do not expect the Buccaneers to play really any of their starters, so give me the Atlanta Falcons in this matchup. The New York Jets and the New England Patriots. The Patriots have looked, well, disheveled for most of the season, but the New York Jets, for some reason, have gotten hot late. Not that it matters at all. Adam Gase is not going to be back next season, but give me the New York Jets for the first time in this matchup. Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, I expect to also rest their starters as they're not going to get that first round bye. Give me the Miami Dolphins here as they're trying to make the playoffs. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. With Pittsburgh looking like they're going to rest most of their starters, give me the Cleveland Browns to also try to make their playoff push. Dallas and the New York Giants. Dallas coming off of a big victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, another in-division rival, but for some reason I got a good feeling the New York Giants are actually going to pull this one out at home. Give me the New York Giants. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Baltimore needs a win to try to make the playoffs as well. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to play inspired football. Jacksonville and Indianapolis. Indianapolis needs the win here. I expect them to accomplish that. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. Tennessee and Houston. Tennessee got embarrassed on Sunday Night Football. Look for them to rebound here and win the AFC South with a big win over the Texans. Arizona and the LA Rams. The Rams and the Cardinals both need to win this game, but give me Sean McVay. Give me the LA Rams and Aaron Donald to make the playoffs and kick Arizona out. New Orleans and Carolina. New Orleans trying to get that first round bye. Give me the New Orleans Saints. Chicago and Green Bay. Chicago needs to win this game to make the playoffs. Green Bay needs to win this game to get the number one spot, to get that first round bye. I think the Packers are going to play their starters. They're going to win this game. The LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to half start their starters. They're going to have some guys getting in because they already own the first round bye. There is some kind of logic there to not letting your guys get too rusty over the course of 2 weeks. I think the Chiefs are going to play some of their starters, but not for the full game. Give me the LA Chargers to try to close out the season with a victory. Seattle and San Francisco. Seattle also have a couple of scenarios where they can get the first round bye. Give me Seattle. Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Nothing on the line here, just some good old-fashioned football. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders. And then finally, Washington and Philly. Philly's gonna try to spoil Washington's playoff efforts, but give me Washington. Alex Smith having a good game to close out the season and send Washington to the playoffs. That's all the time I got for you this week. Thank you so much for watching the video. We got the playoffs coming up next week. So I'm really excited to start talking about all that playoff coverage with you. Feel free to stick around, watch some more content, like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, get the bell on to know every single time I'm dropping a video. My name's Tristan Blake Rines. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Adios.